Now, the good news is we're on a really good run streak. The bad news is we're playing Schalke in the second leg of our Champions League match, and they scored 3 at Bastia. So we need to score at least 2 and shut them out to advance. And I don't know how possible that is going to be. Let's go find out. My name's FM19, and this is the Return on Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 102. And as you can see, since Schalke beat us 3-2, we've been on a nice winning streak. We were home against Angers and we shut them out 2-0 thanks to goals by Gravenberch and Bastia. We were then home against Monaco and we shut them out 3-0 thanks to a goal by Mario Tomasi and a brace of goals by Kaplan. This was, I don't want to say a come-from-behind victory because they never led, but for a while this looked like a draw. But after Tomasi scored, Monaco just kind of fell apart. The only bad part about this game was Pichon hurt his wrist, so he's out for a couple of weeks. He's going to miss today's game. We were then away at Lens, and we won 3-2, thanks by goals by Kaplan, Macon, and Traore. And then we played an amateur team, Pacey Maniles RC. Well, they're in the National 3. That's where we started. And somehow they were on a really good run. They got all the way to the French Cup 11th round, but we stopped them there. I played a really rotated side for this match. And, of course, it was the... Oh, Pichon hurt his wrist in this game. Yeah, I started Pichon and Valet up top because I was resting Kaplan. So, Valet, Pichon, Tomasi, and probably Florent Robert are the only guys I would consider full-time starters. Everyone else was a backup or reserve player, like Yannick Koulibaly. Thomas Vlasic is getting playing time at defensive center back. Mendez replaced Flores. Martinez got a start in goal, and everybody just had a really, really solid game. It really wasn't much of a match. I mean, 26 shots, 17 on target. They had 4-0, and we just, we ran into the same thing when we started out. We just, you run into a buzzsaw, teams that are much, much better than you. So, and I played balance for most of the match until, let's see, we were up 4-0 at the half, and I went to cautious, and we scored 3 more. So, I made my 3 substitutes, and if I could have taken more players off, I would have. So it said we are away at Schalke today, and then we're going to play Toulouse. The press report. Wrong button. Schalke expecting routine victory. So if we score 2, we're ahead 4-3, and we need to shut them out. So it's possible, fingers crossed, we should be able to get it done. So I'm going to check the best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to come back with a match against Schalke here in just a bit. Schalke is playing a 4-4-2. They played that last time. We're playing our 4-2-4. Orlov in goal. Robert, Valencia, Moreno, and Flores is the defensive back 4. Lemos and Gravenberch is the midfielders. Ruiz and Macon is the attacking midfielders. Hussein and Valet up top as the strikers. I still got the replays turned off. After today's matches, I'm going to play the other matches, and if they don't crash, I'll come back and turn the replays on. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave them off, especially in a match like this. I don't want to keep replaying it. Katrina off the crossbar. Moreno knocks that out of bounds. Ricardo sends it forward. Gravenberch knocks it down to Valet. Cuts left, taps it to Ruiz. Over to Macon. And far post. Wow, that was a hell of a shot. He absolutely blasted that. And see, with my luck, that's where it would have crashed. I encouraged the guys, and half of them got frustrated. Coming up on halftime. Stats-wise, Schalke's had more shots. Robert on the throw to Lemos. Sends it back to Robert. Sends it up towards Kaplan. Long pass towards Valet between the defenders. Off the post. Wow, that was a good opportunity. Hopefully that's not one of those we regret. Valencia up to Gravenberch. To Valet. Over to Gravenberch. To Macon. To Gravenberch again. Out to Flores. He's going to try and cross it in, but he bounces off Stengs and loses the ball. Stengs drives forward. Up to Cardoso. Up to McKinney, but the shot's too hard. Valencia launches it forward towards Kaplan. Oh, he hit it right at the Schalke keeper, Ricardo. A pretty even game. Schalke's had 11 shots, 7 on target. We've had 10 and 6, but we've had 1 woodwork hit, so have they, and we've had 2 clear-cut chances. We have a minor possession advantage, negligible possession advantage, so give the guys some encouragement here. Okay, they go out and get revenge. Didn't work. You know what? First, we gotta tell Florent to calm down so he doesn't get another booking. Tell the rest of the guys. There we go. George Harrison. Eek. Chelsea's absolutely thumping Valencia. Macon sends it in. Oh, and Valencia scores. Well done. We're going to go back to balanced here. We're coming up on 65 minutes. I am going to take Florent Robert off and bring Zimmerman on. 20 minutes. This is what we needed. As long as they don't score, we're good. Hernandez sends it in. Oh, son of a bitch. Hanauer scored. Katrina scored. 5 minutes left. And we got to go to the very attacking. 6 players with yellow cards for Schalke, and they haven't had anybody sent off. Van Moos sends it in. Mabark is going to run down the ball that was kicked out. He's being shadowed by 2 Bastia players. He's running backwards. Linder has it. Come on. All the way back to Ricardo. Where's Van Moos? Knocked down, but McKenny's going to get there. Mabarga to Van Moos. Sends it up. Hernandez is on the right. Crosses it in. Moreno knocks it out. Valet. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Son of a gun. Schalke wins on away goals. Because we couldn't play for freaking the whole game. Unreal. We got 9.5 million. Macon had a really good performance. The Reams Ratch was rearranged. That sucks. So freaking close. That 6 more minutes, guys. On a set piece, no less. We practice set pieces. Unreal. You know, I think what we're going to do is we've got RC Strasbourg Alsace coming up for the French Cup quarterfinal, and it's the last competition we're in. And I don't really want to play Toulouse and then come back in 2 games and do Strasbourg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Toulouse, Bordeaux, and Rennes offline. And we're going to come back for the Strasbourg match. And then, assuming we win that, we'll come back for the French Cup semifinal and whatever matches after that, and the French Cup final. And assuming we get past the semifinal, and we're playing PSG, our last game of the season. Didn't we play them first game of the season? Our first game of the season and our last game of the season is PSG. Wow. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play these 3 games offline. We're going to come back for the Strasbourg Alsace game in the French Cup quarterfinal here in just a bit. I need to go get a drink first to get over the Schalke loss. Jeez. Back in a bit. It's 4th of July here today, so that it would explain some of the background explosions you might be hearing. We had burgers and hot dogs on the grill, and the white Thames t-shirt does not go well with mustard. Some lessons you gotta learn the hard way. One of the other lessons I'm not really liking is extra time goals. We set another league record for goals scored in a game against Bordeaux, and that's after we beat Toulouse 5-1. Kaplan had a penalty kick, Moreno had a goal, Javier Ruiz a brace of goals, Macon goals. Against Bordeaux, who are actually a fairly decent team, Macon had a brace, Valet had a hat trick, Kaplan had a goal, and Javier Ruiz had a goal. And 3 of those goals were in extra time, 5 minutes apart. We were then home against Rennes, and we thumped them 5-1. Kaplan a hat trick's worth of goals, Valet a goal, and Macon a goal. And today, we're playing Nantes in the French Cup quarterfinal. League-wise, PSG just lost a game to Rennes? No. Lyon. They must have lost the Rennes game in the Coup de France thing. I'd have to check that out. Anyhow, we're playing Nantes today. They're currently in 6th place on 55 points. We're currently in 3rd on 67 points. I think unless we fall off, we've got a lock on 3rd. We might be able to challenge for 2nd. Lyon's only 6 points ahead of us, and they're 6 points behind PSG, who have already qualified for European football. So we've got a chance. So that said, I'm going to set the best 11, check the reserves, and we're going to come back with our French Cup game against Nantes in just a bit. Well, we are playing our 4-2-4 day. Orlov in goal, Zimmerman, Valencia, Moreno, and Flores as the defensive back 4, Lemos and Tomasi as the midfielders, Ruiz and Macon as the attacking midfielders, Kaplan and Valet up top as the strikers. Pichon's back from his injury, but he's only good for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, about a half. So Valet's getting the start, and then Florent Flo, I gotta figure out how to pronounce that name properly, is out with a minor injury, so Zimmerman's getting the start. So in other news, I've had about 4 players I've had to go talk to because they've seen down, they've been wanting a new contract, and each time I've gone to them it says, I've been thinking about a new contract, but the fact you came and talked to me, I'm okay now. Flores to Macon, back to Flores, crosses it in, Valet is there, and we score on the opening kickoff. Well done. That's Valet's 10th goal. Well, granted, that hat trick he had last game really helped him in that regards. We are off to a flying start. Flores on the throw-in to Tomasi. Centers it to Lemos. Back to Tomasi. Up to Valet. Tries driving between the Nantes players, but is tackled. Stanek with the ball. Flores dispossesses him. Sends it back to Moreno. Up to Tomasi. Out to Macon. In space, drives forward. He's going to cross it. No, he's going to tap it back to Lemos, who's sent it to Ruiz, who was surrounded by 3 Nantes players. I don't know what the heck was over that. Damgard sends it up. Van Overeem has it now. Back to Stanek. Out to Paslik. To Luis. To Jose. Top the box. Takes a shot. Blows it by Orlov. Nuts. That was set up by a mistake by Ruiz, who should have passed it a lot sooner instead of trying to drive his way through 3 players. Flores just got injured. That's not good. Okay, we'll bring on Mendez for him. Lemos just picked up a knock too. He's at 80%. He's doing okay. Ehrenberg, dispossessed by Valencia. Valencia gets the ball back, centers it to Tomasi. Out to Ruiz. Crosses it in. Macon's there, and we score. Well done. I didn't realize he had 16 goals. There have been so many goals scored lately. It's hard to keep up in my head how many we have as a team. We're second highest in the league, behind PSG, I want to say. Valencia picked up a knock. Good grief. Paslik sends it in. Moreno knocks it away, but Prado has it. Goes into the crowd. Stanek has it now. Back out to Van Overeem. Takes the shot, but he skies it over the crossbar. Pretty exciting first half so far. Am I really going to have to make all 3 subs at the half? Moreno knocks it down, but it goes right to Jose. Hadu has it for Nantes. Over to Luis. Out to Stanek. Cuts inside. Takes the shot, but it's very wide right. Zimmerman on the throw-in. Kaplan in the box. Out to Mendez. Top of the box. In the crowd. Takes the shot. Looks like it caromed off a Nantes player and went in. Wow, this has been an exciting first half. And with 11 shots, 6 on target, and Nantes is 9-4, we have a 3-1 lead. I'm not going to make any changes just yet. I want to give it about 10-15 minutes and see how Valencia and Lemos are. Paslik to Stanek. bounces it off a player. Lemos sends it up to Kaplan, and the highlight ends. Zimmerman. Ruiz, over to Van Overeem. That was an interesting sequence there. Stanek has it out in space, drives forward, taps it back to Van Overeem, takes the shot, curls it very wide right. Mendez on the throw-in to Valet, back to Mendez, out to Tomasi, back to Mendez, who tried crossing it in, but he bounced it off the nonce player. Tomasi runs it down, over to Lemos, back over to Mendez, who sends it right to Luis. Stanek, out to Jose. Over to Hadu. Back to Stanek. Back to Hadu on the right, holds it up. Bounces off a Bastia player, but Jose is there, sends it in, knocked away. Tomasi, nope, can't get to it. Luis has it. Back to Jose. Back to Luis, in the crowd, taps it forward, but it's knocked away. Paslick runs down the errant ball, though. Luis, back to Jose. Stanek has the ball now. In the crowd, by Orlov. Nuts. Okay, let's make a couple changes here. Valencia's going to come off. Bernard is going to come on. Lemus is going to come off. Gravenberch is going to come on. Switch with Tomasi. No, he's not. Gravenberch is going to come on and be the deep line playmaker. I'm not a fan of playing two playmakers side by side. In my experience, they tend to try and occupy the same space. Bernard on the throw-in to Kaplan. Up to Ruiz. Surrounded by nonce players. Back out to Bernard. Tries crossing in, Macon in the box, and he blows it by the nonce keeper for the goal. That was well done. Caught it at his feet, turned around, and just blasted it. We're going to go back down to balanced. Valet with the ball off the nonce throw-in, centers it to Macon. And Alex with a nice block, punches the ball over the crossbar. Does not want Macon to get his hat trick. Tomasi on the corner kick. Laurent knocks it away. Ruiz runs it down. Back out to Tomasi. Sends it in. Kaplan's there, but it goes really high over the crossbar. Looked like an errant header. 10 minutes left. Nonce has had 18 shots, but 12 of them have been from distance. Look at that. That is just wild. Coming up at the end of the game. Tomasi. Back to Moreno. Passes it up into space. Kaplan's there. Holds it up. Oh, knocked away. Charbonnier has it, and that is the game. Well done, Macon, a well-deserved player of the match. The big question is, Matis Flores. We took our chances. We did really good. Flores, 12 days, 2 weeks. Okay, that's not too bad. Lemos is out a week. Come back for the press conference here in a minute. Macon catches the eye in the win. Well-deserved. He was superb. I want to check something out here real quick. 13 goals in League One and 9 assists. That's well done. He's turning into a really good winger. Although they're saying he's tapped out 3.5 and 3.5. I thought he was 4-star at some point. Do the post-match press conference. Come back here in a second. So we got the French Cup semifinal draw coming up. We'll do that and see who we're playing and when. And that'll probably be, well, that's going to be our next live com. 16 trials finished. We had our youth intake, and it wasn't all that great. Let me go to the under-19 squad here real quick. So it's all the players in blue here. And the best one to come in was Hamza Lachab, who is a defensive left back. Can play a little bit of center back, can play other left back positions as well. 1-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. And he's got potential, but he's going to take a bit of time to get there, I think. He's only 15 years old, so, 4 or 5 years, maybe he'll reach that. The other one that came in was Vincent Mizrazi, attacking midfielder on the left, and center. I could have sworn when I looked down the first time he was on the left. Okay, I love his determination. His work rate is fabulous. Good technique, good first touch already. 1-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. This strikes me as one of those where the potential ability could be off. And it could be the coach or the scout I have looking at him at the moment. If we just go by potential, You see Slachab, then Mizrazi, and then these 2 3-star players, Eloan Jean and Vincent Salvador Guillen from Spain. It wasn't a great youth intake. I mean, I'm not expecting any more golden generations per se, but I would think with the stature of the club and the fact I did increase our youth rating. That may not take an effect yet. I asked for that in the January transfer window. We'd be getting some better quality players. That could be just an internal bias showing here. So we'll have to wait and see. So back with the draw in just a bit. Okay, semi-final draw. Monaco, Lille, and Nice. Okay, Rennes must have beat PSG last round. Okay, so Monaco is playing Nice. We are playing Lille. And if I remember correctly, they are one of the teams we had that big match against earlier in the year. Yeah, the 6-5 where we won in extra time on a Kaplan goal. They're probably going to want a little revenge off of that. Okay. When are we playing them? French Cup semifinal. Lille and Montpellier. So that's what we'll do. We'll come back for Lille and Montpellier because we just played Nantes. There's no reason to play them again so soon. We're on a very good win streak. I'm still miffed about this Schalke series. I'm tired of coming close and not getting there. And, I really want the French Cup this year. Yeah, it's not the biggest domestic trophy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's silverware. 12 seasons in, we have yet to win any silverware. We won the National 3, and that's... I don't even remember. I don't even think we won the National 3. Yeah, we did. We won first place in the National 3. We won the Champions League way back when. We won League 2, but we need a domestic cup. So we need to start adding more silverware to the shelves is what we need. And this year we're going to get it done. If you liked what you see and heard, please subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM19. I thank you for watching the Return of Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 102.